The idea of interior versus exterior angle is not obvious in my opinion. It took me a little while to figure this out as a kid and then relearn it as an adult learner. So let's see, I need a new page. I'm going to make myself a polygon. So let's use this quadrilateral here. And we already talked about the idea of an interior angle. So the interior angle, for example, is from one edge to an adjacent edge inside. What is that angle right there? So that's an interior angle. Common confusion is that an exterior angle is the same thing but outside, but that's not true. The idea of an exterior angle is that imagine that you are walking along these edges here. So you start here and you walk around this thing. The exterior angles are the angles you make as you walk it. So let's think about that for a sec. To do so, I'm just going to extend this line with a different color. This red line is my trajectory when I walk. So I'm standing here and I start walking along and I get to that point and all of a sudden I have to rotate to go this way. And that rotation that I make is going to take me from facing this way, rotate, so I face now this way right here. So this right here is the exterior angle. And the key about an interior and its corresponding exterior angle is they are supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. So exterior angles supplementary to the related interior angle. Meaning that they add to 180. That's one way to think about them. The other way to think about the exterior angle is the angle you make as you walk the edge of the figure and change direction. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So I just want to go through this particular one and think about this for a sec. So this is where I'm starting right here. I'm going to put a little star on that vertex. And usually when you guys are on campus with me, we go out into the parking lot and we use tape to make these big polygons on the ground, and then we walk them and try and figure out the angles we went through to see what's happening. So I need to extend some things here. So extend that to think about the angle I make, because I'm pointing in this direction. But then I got to point in this direction here, right? And then finally I have to point in that direction to get back where I started there. So I'm walking along, starting here, right? And then I have to sweep this angle to go this way. And then I'm walking along, walking along, walking along. All of a sudden I have to pivot again and I have to turn from this direction to that direction. So that's the angle I sweep as I get down on this line. And then I'm walking along, da 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 da. And I get to this point and I have to turn. So I am facing this way, right? And so now I got to face that way. So that means I need to pivot that angle. So that's, again, what was the exterior angle. And then I keep walking along, walking along, walking along. And then I stop here, but I want to really get back to where I started. And I did start facing that way. So I do have to pivot one more time to get back where I started. So I started here facing that way. So I have to make that last turn to be exactly where I started, exactly where I'm facing. So let's think about this for a second. Gary's walking along here, starting here, and he makes one turn, 2 turns, 3 turns. He makes this 4th turn and he's facing back where he started. So imagine that I started facing this way and then I made 1, 2, 3, 4 turns and I'm facing back where I started. How much did I turn to get back where I started here? Can you picture that? Started in this direction and I made 1, 2, 3.
Could be 360 degrees.
Yeah, so this is the cool thing. If you are on a convex or concave polygon, when you rotate through the exterior angles, they always add up to 360 degrees. So although the sum of the interior angles is going to vary, the sum of the exterior angles is not. Now, there are weird shapes that falls apart. So an example of where that's not going to work. So that will work, like if I did, suppose this was my shape right there. That's going to work on that shape right there. Where it's not going to work is if my shape overwrites itself like a pentagram. Then weird stuff happens. And so this is a really interesting one. The 360 rule falls apart here. It's okay here, it's okay here. Doesn't work there because this thing overlaps itself. This is not simple. If you remember back from section 1, the book talked about simple shapes. Simple shapes don't overlap themselves. So this is an interesting one. What would happen if you walked a star? How many degrees would you turn through? So just interesting side note there. Okay, now I'm done with this week's stuff. And we've gone through, let's quick here. The choose your own adventure, a couple options there. Turn one in on paper or digitally, your call. And then we did the playing with polygon angles and then the interior sum angle. And then remember in Khan Academy, when I grab something and you click a link to something I grab, Khan Academy will show you all related things. And all you need to do is the stuff with the pencils are the ones I recommended here. And I think there's one I might have skipped in this list. So it wouldn't count, but you could do it anyway. And the videos are all optional. There were a few videos here I thought were really good and I put them in the videos page prior to this. So these are the assignments in Khan Academy. You'll find them when you go to the Khan Academy page for this site, for this course. And I did figure out how to put things in order, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I only ordered some of them. So I included these pictures here so that you could go through the order in which I intended you to go through. So good luck, have fun with that. If you have any trouble, let me know. And again, with the Khan Academy, I did put a submission for this assignment in here, but that is optional. So if you hit start assignment here, you could just tell me, hey, I finished all the Khan Academy assignments. That just gives me a little kick in the pants to go look, find your grade, and then enter it into Canvas. So you don't have to post something here, but if you do, it's a good kick in the pants for me to get the grades recorded. And then I realized this year Khan Academy changes the way it deals with late assignments. So I can give a due date and you can just continue to work on stuff after the due date, no big whoop. So that's nice too. Last year it was a pain in the butt. All right, questions, concerns, comments?